Hey now, cats, we're back again this week on the Balls from Ellwood show. And with us today is a buddy of ours. He's a photographer, he's an editor, a director, and here today to spread the word about an incredible new book that he's working on that's going to be on a list for any Troma fan as a must buy. Our guest today, and I have to say, I have to mention too, I have a special co-host today. You might know him from my other shows, my ride or die, my man, 50 grand, Matt Wheels and Nesti. But most importantly, we're here to talk about the man, the myth, the legend, Jens Norén. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm great. I'm great. It's spring in Sweden. I'm happy as can be.
That's actually what I wanted to lead with here. I actually, I want to get to this book. I want to get to your relationship with Troma and Lloyd and all that stuff. But what I really want to do is, I think you're a pretty interesting cat in and of yourself, and I wanted to know a little bit about you. I mean, I know you're a photographer. I want to dive right in, but where did you grow up, man? Have you always been from like Sweden?
Yeah, I grew up in Sweden, in southwest Sweden, uh, and yeah, I've lived here for all my life. So
What kind of kid were you growing up? I mean, did you always have an interest in photography, or was that something that came later in life?
no, actually, I wanted to be a stuntman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What made you want
and
to be a
actually,
stuntman?
I don't know, because
Because you're a
I
sadomasochist and you love pain.
in the, now we watch all those movies, the James Bond movies, Indiana Jones movies, and then we were in the woods and threw ourselves downhill and stuff. So that was my childhood dream. And actually, 1996, I went to a stunt school in Denmark. And 1997, I went to stunt school in Stockholm. So I actually worked as a stuntman. So
Did you work on anything that we might have seen?
uh, I haven't worked on any movies as stuntman. I have worked on a couple of music videos that's pretty international. You know Moby?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in a music video with Moby from when he did music for the James Bond movie Tomorrow Never Dies.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm in that video, and it's directed by, I don't know if you know Jonas Åkerlund. He's a Swedish director. He's
You know
made
what, man? I don't, but I mean that doesn't mean he's not amazing.
nah
There's a
nah
lot of
he
people I
he
don't
he
know.
he worked with so many American artists, with Madonna and Lady Gaga and Metallica
Oh,
and so on.
oh, dude.
And then I've been in a music video with this. Do you know Roxette?
Yes. Oh yeah. That's from
Yes.
my era, man. That's from the 80s.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. And the male part, he's from my hometown, and
Really?
he
I
made
didn't
us, yeah. He made his solo project 1997. So in the second single, he made a video, and I'm in that video making a high fall from a building. And that's
What's the
also
most
also a
dangerous? That's actually, I want to ask you, what's the most dangerous stunt you ever did? I mean, you just said you fell from a building. Is there anything that could top that?
it was, I mean, I landed in an airbag, this huge airbag. And we trained that at stunt school. But when we did a stunt, it was a bit higher than I ever jumped. It was like 12 meters. So it's, I don't know what that is in feet.
Really
So
fucking high. I know that.
Yeah, Jens,
yeah,
we're
yeah,
American. We can't do math.
yeah.
Yes.
So, but I um, I remember I was standing on this. It was like a glass roof that was leaning like this, and I just held on to this and they stand with the camera down on the ground, and they filmed with a real film, 35 millimeters, and they filmed it in slow motion. So it was a high speed camera, and when they started the camera, it was like screaming the camera so fast when the wheel turned in it, and they say action, and I was like, oh fuck it, and it just jumped. I was so nervous, and it went well. So I did it like 5 or 6 more times because just it was so fun.
Yeah, kids. Okay, so that gives me a follow question. Is there any stunt that you were gonna do that you just said, fuck this, like, there's no way I'm doing this?
Actually, when I did the jump, the first they wanted me to jump even higher out from a window, and the window was like it was so small, so I had to like sit like this, and I said I can't do that. I'm gonna die. So, so actually, that's why we choose a couple of floors down on that roof. So we compromised. I don't know if I have there's something. No, there's nothing I have said. No, I can't do this.
Wow.
But then again, I haven't had any questions like that. I have done high falls. I love it. It's so fun, and I have done body burns.
Oh,
And yeah, and that's real fun because I don't use any like Hollywood hotshot safety stuff. I have this wool cloth and layer on layer on layer, and then I just I put on like it's a secret, but it's glue. You know, glue, just ordinary glue. You put it on with a big everywhere, and then you burn, and you can burn for like 20-30 seconds with that before it gets really hot.
have you ever like you sustained any injuries from any of this? How long does it take to recover from falling off a building?
um,
Have you
that
ever burned
depends
your
on
nuts? I mean,
that. It depends on when you're reborn.
I gotcha. That's some
I don't know.
scary shit, though, man. I
I
mean,
mean, if you land wrong way on the airbag, you can get hurt bad. So you always land on your back on the airbag. Also, you always flip over.
you're a better
So
man than I am, dude. I don't think I could just fall off a building. I'm a pussy. Holy
yeah,
crap, that's amazing.
maybe I'm just stupider, more stupid than you are. No, it's good fun. I don't do it as much. I told them last summer on the positive power of positive murder set that I can do stunts if they want. So I actually signed a stunt contract.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
I got 4 pages from Garrett Sullivan with with his text. He said, read it, and then sign it. It was like I don't understand the half of it because it was like it's technical mumbo jumbo, and
I just
actually
signed it anyway.
I photographed it and said that when the shooting is finished, and I have fulfilled my what's called my obligations, I will receive my payment $1. That's trauma.
Well, I mean, you might get a hand job from Toxie too, so I mean that's always good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we don't talk about that.
Let me tell you. Let me ask you, dude. What actually got you into photography? I mean, before we get into the book and before we get into your time at Burn Bray and all that, what got you into photography? I know you do a bunch of other things, but I mean,
Yeah,
we're actually Wheels and I are actually a huge fan of your work, and I feel like you're just an excellent photographer, man. Like, how do you get into
thank
that
you.
sort of thing? And what's your secret to like being so good? Like, I mean, it blows me away, bro.
I don't know. If I start with it, I started bought my first camera when I was 16, I think, and I always had an interest, but it's gone, come and gone in periods. But since last 10 years, I have been photographing more frequent, and for the last 7 years, I've been doing it like a professional. I have my own company. And I don't know, I think I have I, I suck at landscape photography. That's not my thing. I don't know what to focus on. It's just wow. I don't know what is it. So, but I love to photograph people and people in different situations, and like the movie. And I think I have an eye for taking a picture in the right moment. and to catch the moment with most magic in it, if you say like that. But I have like 100 pictures of when you get your throat cut, and there are so many good pictures.
Yeah, and you I know we're gonna get into a whole bunch of that, but my family is so proud of me based
Oh,
on the pictures that you caught.
that's
I
great.
had a lot of explaining to do when I got home from Glen Spey, New York, on what the fuck actually took place in the
I,
wilderness. Thanks to your ability to catch a moment in time perfectly.
That's great. I felt so sorry for you. I remember when they were
No,
filming, and Lucas, the DOP, he was screaming, "More blood, more blood!" And it was just spraying. I was just took photos all the time. And when they yelled cut, the first thing I heard was you said, "Come on, guys, what the fuck?" And I was like, "Oh shit."
it
That
made
was
for maybe some of the best pictures ever. But yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, like that, it was so awesome. We definitely got away with something like that. Could have turned out so much worse
yeah,
than it did. Luckily, like I shit you not, um, the only thing like blood got into the wheels just a little bit.
yeah.
The only like there was no damage to the chair, and the
That's good.
funniest consequence of all that was about 3 months later. I was doing something at work, came home, had to clean out my tires because I had mud all over them and we're cleaning out the tires, and in the garage we see all of this red just all over the garage. And my caregiver who was with me was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" I was like, "I don't worry about it. That's just leftover blood from about 3, 4 months ago."
Meanwhile, they're driving home going, "Who the fuck? Who the fuck am I working for?"
Oh,
I think
that's
you're
so
a serial
funny.
killer. Well, shit, man.
It's great.
Why don't we get into some of this here? Like the whole reason, I wanted to talk to you today, sir, is you are working on a fucking amazing book, dude. I mean, you're putting together a book about your time and experiences on the set of Troma's newest classic, The Power of Positive Murder. Can you tell us a little bit about how that came to fruition and how you got involved in this project?
um, I have to start back in 2022 to explain everything, because 2022 I made my own movie, Die Hobo Die. Uh, it's yet to be released, but there are only music in the movie. There's no dialogue, and it's like a short movie. It's 45 minutes long, and I felt I needed at least a narrator, a voice who's telling, just so you can hear someone sometime. And we were seeing who could do that, who could talk good English, because I want someone to talk like native English, and not a Swedish person that sounds like I do, like a stupid Swedish person imitating English. So and I was just sitting on the internet, and I just passed on Troma, Lloyd Kaufman. He's cool, and I was like, wonder if I can find his email. So I found two emails to Lloyd. So I wrote and I told him, this is what it is. I'm making a movie. Could you read some lines for it, just to be a narrator? And and how much would it cost me? Because I had like zero budget. So he answered in like 1 hour later, and I thought, this is not Lloyd. This is someone. I sent this to someone. This is just bullshit. And he said, "Yeah, I gladly do it. No fees necessary." I was like, "What?" uh, I put my assistant Garrett in the loop. I was like checking out Garrett on Facebook, tracing him, and I was like, working with Troma. Yeah, it is Lloyd. So that's how I came in contact with Lloyd. So he made his narration for the movie, and then I saw they were going to do the movie last spring, and I just emailed Lloyd, "Hi, remember me?" uh, can I work on your movie? And he wrote back, yeah, come now. I need a full-time casting director. I was like, but I can't come now. It's March, and stay till September. I mean, I have a family, and so I was like, oh, okay, fuck it. And then a couple of months later, I asked again, is it possible can I be in the movie? And Garrett answered, yeah, make a short video about yourself and read some lines from something you like. So I spent the whole day home filming myself, reading lines from The Breakfast Club, some monologues.
I would love to see that, by the way.
No,
Yeah.
and
I'll show you yours if you show me mine. I got a really bad audition tape.
the funny thing I learned later, no one ever watched it.
Oh
On
man, that's a
Troma.
shame.
So, but I was like, they said you could come and work. Maybe we can find somewhere you can sleep. Maybe not. And I was like, I shouldn't do this. I'm too old. I'm too responsible now these days, and I have a daughter. But fuck it, I'm gonna regret it rest of my life if I don't do it. So we went there, me, my wife, and my daughter. We went to New York. So we spent 5 days in New York City, and lived in a hotel just 10 minutes walk from the Troma office. So that was the first place I visited when we came to New York. Saturday night, we were so tired, and I was like, I gotta go to Troma. I gotta have a look. So rest is what it is. They took me in, and I came to Glens Bay as a production assistant, PA. Like carrying things, and they were going to rehearse something. So I asked Ben Johnson, the producer, I asked him, is it okay if I take some pictures? Because I brought my camera, of course. And he's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. So I took some pictures, and then I showed the pictures, and everyone was like, wow, look at this. Yeah, that turned out good. And next day, the BTS team adopted me. So I was in the BTS team directly. So it's great. I took 12,000 pictures, 6 weeks.
Holy shit, man! I didn't know it was that much. That's insane.
I know, it's
So
terrible.
how quickly into that 12,000 did you realize what you had in front of you?
We were talking, I don't know, because I was talking, we was talking one night, and I was like, I took so many photos. I don't know what to do with them. It's a shame if I'd just been lying. What can I do with them? Can I? And I don't remember who recommended. You should do a photo book, a coffee table book. I was like, yeah. And I talked to Lloyd about it. He's like, yeah, I can put some money in that. I said, sure. I was like, yeah, okay. Then I'll do it. When I come home, I start working on it. So I've been working on it since I came home and started editing photos. I'm, by the way, not finished editing all the photos because I can't. Sometimes I sit for like 3 days in a row just editing photos. So many photos, and of course, not all photos are good. There's some really shitty photos, especially when I lent out my camera to other people. And I took some bad pictures as well, but. I don't remember what you asked me from the beginning. When I realized when I had something, I think it was, as always when I do something, when other people tell me this is good shit, and I'm like, nah. But then my confidence grew, and I was like, yeah, it is actually good pictures. So yeah, that's what happened.
Can you tell us a little bit about what to expect from the actual finished product? What I mean, let's kind of do a little, under the hood here. I mean, obviously you're going to have all the best pictures, a lot of behind the scenes stuff. What else can we look forward to?
Nudity.
Yeah.
It's
Of course,
not
it's
Troma if there was no nudity. It
Well,
would
no.
yeah,
be
I
I'd
mean,
there would be
return
no fun.
it. I'd be
I
like,
mean,
yeah, this is nice and all, but I want my money back.
I had 3 photo sessions with Jessa Flux. The first one for the movie when she was in a clown outfit, naked and the clown. That's for a portrait that's gonna sitting on a wall in a movie. And she was so happy with those pictures. So she asked me if I could take some pictures when she was in the pool. So one Sunday when we were free, I took like 300 photos when she was like in the pool in a like see-through bikini and topless. And then I took pictures with Niv. Niv, you know.
Yep.
That was like one of the last nights when they were filming somewhere in the house. So and they asked me, could you take some photos of us together now in Debbie's old room? Debbie had left. I was like, yeah, do it now. So just change. So no one knew we were there. So we like, you know,
And you were like,
like
oh, it's a tough job, but I guess I'll do it. Gee.
yeah. Yeah, kind of like that. But it was great. It's fun. I never took any pictures like that, so it was a good experience as well. And then it was great to take pictures. Yes, I was. She's very professional about it, so she's great to work with in that way. And the first shoot with the clown thing, I was really nervous. So I asked Sabrina, BTS boss, to can you be there because I don't want to be there by myself with a naked woman and my camera because it feels so fucking wrong. So she was there.
Dude, you
And
should have came
Lloyd,
and got me. I would have posed nude with you.
yeah.
Yeah, that would have made you
But
feel a lot
No,
more comfortable, I
that was
think.
the other reason they brought us down to Glens Bay, Yen, was to be there for all naked photography sines.
Yeah, man, Wheels and I was
I
supposed
figured
to
they
get
told you
naked,
that.
man. I guess that'll be
but
in the director's cut of the book, perhaps.
yeah, I have. There are some really funny naked pictures from Valverde scene when there's some women who topless there,
Hmm.
and there's some
That
funny pictures when they're running.
That experience, that Valverde experience, I mean, I guess we're kind of giving a little bit of a spoiler for the movie, but when everyone was running out with you're getting shot at and the tits flying everywhere, that was maybe one of my favorite experiences I've ever experienced with my father, who was seeing the reality that I was living for pretty much the first time, and then
Yeah.
getting to see all these just tits out women and dicks just running and blood and guts. It was amazing. I can't wait to see those pictures, Jens.
Yeah.
First off, I gotta say, your dad is the coolest dude, and watching him just like kind of absorb the whole environment was just as entertaining as actually being there and being in the movie. Because
He
I don't
just
think your dad's ever experienced anything like that in his life before.
he just kept like, and he listen. That's somebody who used to have some fun back in the day. He just kept nudging me, and he was like, "Are you seeing this?" I was like, "Yeah, get over it. It's fucking normal. This is all normal stuff."
He's like, there's a naked woman walking around. I'm like, well, yeah, it's a trauma set.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Jens.
Yeah.
You obviously spent some time with our savior, the great Lloyd Kaufman. I'm sure you have some great stories, man. What is your most memorable story that you had hanging out with Lloyd?
Must be when I rode back to New York with him in his Ford Mustang and he drove.
So, would you say that the great Lloyd Kaufman is a good driver?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, I mean, obviously we survived, but it was scary sometimes a bit. I mean, it's a muscle car. It happens lots of stuff when you put that pedal to the metal, and he liked to show off.
No.
And so I took some selfies with my phone when I was like in the car, and I mean, God, it was so funny when we came to New York. There were these car queues, lots of cars, and it started getting dark because it was night. So, and he put on the lights. And there was something wrong with the lights, with his headlight, so they were just flickering, like like that. And it was like, oh my God, people are going to think he's like, move out of the way. I'm flicking with my life. It was so embarrassing and it was terrifying because you couldn't see. And when he came into Manhattan, we were driving home. He was driving on this what's called like Broadway in where he lives in the Upper East Side somewhere, and he drives so fast. So we drove through a crossing, and you see these flashes go off, the speed camera flashes, and Lloyd, he's like, "Oops, I think I got a ticket." And normally people would slow down there when you know just drove. I was nervous, but it was good fun. Good fun.
Do you have anything else, Wheels? Because I got a couple more here, and I don't want to like steal the show here.
I
So
just have one because I was thinking about this. Because you were saying you got, I mean, what did you say? You had 12,000 pictures?
Yeah.
So I have a very vivid memory. Balls got done doing his scene. They were beating the shit out of him. They had him doing stunt work. They
Yeah.
practically were throwing him off of a 10-story building.
yeah,
I remember you coming, like he got done with that. You had the picture of his eyes, which is just one of my favorite things too. But I remember you being bummed out that you didn't get to take pictures of what was happening to him in action. So I'm really, really curious. Is there anything that happened on that set or scenes that you saw that that moment in time passed that maybe you missed out on, that you know the story, but maybe couldn't get the picture?
Yeah, because sometimes there were so tight space. So Allison, the assistant director, when I came with a camera, like la 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 la, la, she was no, Jens, fuck off.
Yes, yes.
Why? But I'm gonna take pictures. No, they're already in one beat. Yes, yeah, but they're filming. I'm taking still pictures. No, fuck off. I was like, all right. Then I was so pissed at her, and I think
that's all right.
it
She told
came.
everybody what a shitty actor I was, so I
And
get it.
she actually she came to me one day. She came to me and said, "I'm sorry, I'm yelling at you all the time. Yes, I love you." And I, that doesn't help me now. No, but I'm fine with that. I have many pictures. I have one memory. One night they were filming when the ambulance was coming to pick up. I think it's Debbie's corpse. Whoops, spoiler. Uh, but but I I have I hadn't eaten so much a couple of days because I was so fed up with all this China food we got and all the snack tables that was just like you could eat directly from a sugar bowl. I asked for fruit. Can you buy some fruit? Can you buy some vegetables? And they came back with uh, what do you call beetroots? Yeah. I was like, who the fuck eats that?
They're like, here's some fruit roll-ups, fucker. Enjoy.
Yeah. And yeah. So anyway, that night I didn't feel too good. It felt like I was like almost collapsing. So I said to Sabrina, I have to go to my cabin and lay down because I don't feel too good. So I need to lay down. And she was like, okay. And then I don't know. Lloyd was apparently angry that night. They told me because they told me later because suddenly he just like, where's Jens? And someone said he's not feeling so good, so he's sleeping in his cabin. Well, send him back to Stockholm. And then someone said, but we have other photographers. And then Lloyd said, but I want the good one.
Well, dude, that should make you feel real good.
Yeah, it did.
Except no
I felt so
substitute.
stupid. And then next day, I met him. The first thing he said, "Are you back from Stockholm?" And just laughing. So I mean,
Actually, it's something I really, really wanted to talk to you about. And I've talked, actually, I had Sabrina on my show last night, And I'd
Oh,
heard from many different sources, from Debbie Rashawn, a bunch of other people. I heard there was some weird supernatural shit going on at the Burnbrae Mansion, and I think you might have been privy to it. Can you talk about that experience? Is it true? Like there was some weird ghostly shit happening? Mm.
uh, the only weird thing I experienced was when after Debbie filmed was finished, she left the set because we was going to film this Camp Swine Lake, I think. And so I asked Ben, is it, can I please sleep in that room for one night? I just need to be alone for one night. We were sleeping like 5 people in our cabin, and I was like dying. So he let me sleep there. So I was so happy. And but I woke up in the middle of the night, and it was so weird because I never experienced anything like it. There was someone, I had a face right in front of my face staring at me. I woke up with that, and there was no one there. So it's really, I felt really eerie in my body. I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? That's it.
That's enough for me. I would have shit my pants.
Yeah, that was weird. It was a little bit like creepy. And I'm not easily scared, but it was creepy.
All right, Wheels, you got anything else, man? Hmm.
No, I mean, that's terrifying, Jens. I don't, you're a bigger man than I am for even going back into that mansion after something like that.
Yeah, man, I would have shit my pants for sure. But I got one more for you before we close up here, Jens. You
Yeah, yeah.
spent a lot of time with Lloyd on this set. You spent a lot of time with everybody. There's rumors that this is Lloyd's swan song per se, his last movie. Do you really believe that?
I don't know because I believed it at first. We were talking about it and said, "Yeah, but this is Lloyd's last movie," and someone said, "Yeah, but he said that on Shakespeare Shitstorm as well." Oh, okay. I don't know then.
Well, all I know is
So
as a fan, I hope that's not true. But I hope this
yeah,
reboot kind of, bridges the gap for, younger generation to enjoy the trauma that we grew up on and new people to discover it. But actually, the most important thing is, man, this Indiegogo is the most important thing because if this doesn't get funded, this book doesn't get made, correct? Hmm.
uh, there will be a book, but maybe not in the this how I think of it now
Hmm.
because it's pretty expensive to print it. Uh, and only 300 books will cost about almost $8,000 to print.
Wow.
So, and I'm printing it in Sweden, good paper, hardback, of course, and 208 pages. So if I don't reach my goal, there will be a book. Maybe it will be the same book. I don't know yet. And because it takes so much time to sit and work, and I need to pay my bills as well. So I need money for that as well. And maybe it will be not a hardcover. I don't know what's it called.
Softback?
Big, yeah, softback, right? Maybe that, but I want the hard.
I think
I
as a fan,
want the
that's what
hard.
everybody wants, man. Like, and the most importantly, you're doing an Indiegogo now. Can you tell people how we could, donate to that? Everybody, please like, subscribe, share. This is a very important moment, and we really need to help Jens out because, like, I don't know, it's a no-brainer for me, man. If you're a Troma fan, this is something that you absolutely need to have, and you could treasure always. So please, go to the Indiegogo, where you can find you on Indiegogo, correct? And I know you're on all your
Yeah,
socials too. There's a link, and then I'm going to post all this
yeah,
real easily in the video. You'll be able to.
Also,
I'm sorry, what was go ahead?
Also, we need the board game too.
Oh, that's right.
yeah,
We can't forget about this board game that we only got a couple of minutes left, but this is another thing that's also
yeah.
pulling me to this Indiegogo is this board game idea, and I
The
really,
yeah,
really want to play it. So this needs to get done so I can have this fucking board game.
yeah,
Absolutely. I forgot about it. Good point, dude.
yeah. That's if you buy the highest
The
Yeah.
super fuck
the
me
bid.
edition. That's what me and Wheels got.
Yeah, that's great. So that's I'm starting to work on the board game in my head. So we have maybe another idea also. We're talking about maybe I don't know if it's gonna be released official or if it's gonna if I make it if it's gonna be official, if it's just gonna be for trauma people from the movie. But we're talking about to do a calendar with the men of trauma and just like naked pictures of people in the movie.
Wheels, that's all you, buddy. I'm out.
I mean, I have Len Holson when he did his vagrant naked dance. That's one of the funniest shit I have photographed when he's flying around all the place.
Yeah. He's doing the helicopter dick.
Yeah.
Well, we only have a
yeah.
few minutes left. I want to wrap
Yeah.
this up. But most importantly, I can't stress this enough. Everybody go out. Everybody hit this Indiegogo. And if you can't and you don't have enough loot to get the book, please subscribe. Please share. Please spread the word. We need the grassroots get this fucking thing funded because it's super important. Super important to my buddy Jens here. Super important to us Troma fans. This is shit that you need to have. So please go out, contribute, donate, share, tell your fucking your aunt, your uncle, that smelly lady on the street. Tell everybody, spread the word. Jens, thank you for
They
being a
need
guest.
People need to see these pictures. This shit was chaos. That experience
Yeah.
in Glens Bay, you experienced it for practically the entire time. These are
Yeah.
stories and these are circumstances that normal society doesn't believe are real. And you have the
Yeah.
photographic evidence to prove that this actually
Exactly.
happened and these people are as insane as you think they are.
Yeah, yeah. When I sit and looking for specific photos for when I'm doing the chapters now, I'm finding all these photos. Oh my God! Oh, this is gonna be so good when I find so many good photos. So
Well,
it's gonna be great.
that being said, man, thank you so much for being a guest. We're gonna post all the links. We're gonna try to get this book funded for you, buddy. And thank you for being a guest. Thank you, Wheels, for being my
Yeah,
co-guest.
thank you for
And
having me.
we love you, man. Peace and love. And
Yeah,
keep up, everybody go and check out the status of that. Keep up on it and spread the word so we can, like Lloyd says, instead of let's watch, let's read.
yeah,
So, anyway, thank you, buddy.
exactly.
Peace and love. We'll
Thank
be in
you.
touch. Peace and love, man. Thanks, Wheels.
See you,
Thanks.
boys.